How come everything has got to be so hard? How come every dream seems to be so far? How come every day has got to be so hard? How come everything has got to be so hard? That's just life. That's just life. That's just life. How come everything has got to be so hard? How come every dream seems to be so far? How come every day just a way to play your game. Fiery thoughts inside my brain have given way to thoughts insane.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Well, it's nighttime, don't you know? There's a place you need to go. Grab your gal and grab your bow, 'cause it's time for the secret show. If you're feeling sad and low, and you're running out of dough, make it quick, don't take it slow, and head for the secret show. It's time for the secret show!
Hey yo! Hi! Oh, my buttocks. Sorry. A little butt issue there. Good morning. Or afternoon or evening. Whatever the hell it is, wherever you are. I don't judge. I don't want to know where you live. I don't want to know where I live. I want as less information as possible. Oh my goodness. Good morning. I already said that shit. This is me, Uncle Warren here, and you are watching The Secret Show. Fun times here at The Secret Show. Yeah, I know, right? That's right. We are in the throes of Grovember. But once Grovember is over, it'll still keep going through December, because I hope to have like the nice and bushy by the time it's Kris Kringle time. Let me shout out everybody who's here. Kill your egregores. We all live in hell. I'm on the California realm. Oh, that's right. The California side of hell. You a good man. You a good man. We got Rick Salas taking a smoke break from his smoke job as the concierge of hell. Good to see you, Rick. Hope you're holding it down there. Choosy's in the house. What's up, Choosy? Choosy said 32.7% THCA sativa. Damn. Hey, sativa, man. Too much sativa, man. That's like cocaine. You'd be sitting, your heart be going. So be careful. Now, look, I know you old school, Choosy, but you know, just take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. We got Miss Lainey Peterson in the house. How you doing, doll? Lainey, the jet setter. Didn't you just go to New York? Were you in New York, or was that a crack fever dream? I mean, I have those. Miguel, what's up, my friend? The Miguel 5000 quantum computer online with a separate power backup just in case we get an EMP and knock everything out. Green crack is the best. That's Grinch crack right there. You're a fucked up one, Mr. Grinch. Who else is here? We got a whole bunch of folks here. Max Sarjay. Good to see you, Max. Of course, we got Chuck. Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show, hovering in orbit, watching the show, stealing cable, as nature intended. I know D was here earlier. Good to see you, D. We got Kate doing double duty on YouTube and the Rockfin. Good to see you, my dear. Captain Peon in the house. Oh man, I hit the wrong thing. Oops, oopsie sauce. I don't know what I'm doing these days. I don't know anymore. My humorous. Wait, we get everybody. CBC voter popped in at the top there. Good to see you, bud. I think I got everybody. Oh, Willie, of course, Willie Bragg Show. Willie Bragg, what's up, Willie? Willie at the. He's oh, you were in New York City too. Yeah. Oh, cool. So I don't know. My brain is just cheese right now, folks. I'm so sorry. New York. I hope you had a good time. My buddy Captain Peon used to have a radio show in North Mississippi, and great show. I'd love to hear some of the back catalog, if you will. Lead singer from Fappy Tweed, Drew, wore a T-shirt that said "Got Tweed" in a store, and the cashier asked, "Is that foreign for milk?" Hence the title of the second album. That's right. Because that's some country shit. It's like, hey, is that foreign? It's like, yeah, that's foreign. Sure, it's foreign for milk. I love how it's foreign. Yeah. So, not a moose slipping in here. What's up? Not a moose. Here's actually a backstory to that little moose. I used to live with some guys a long time ago, back in the early 90s in Mississippi, and my roommates had a friend that they went to school with named I can't remember his real name, but his name was Moose. But every time they'd see him, they go, Moose. I don't know, probably too much sugar in their diets. That's probably what that's probably why they were all like cracked out saying moose. So yeah, it's Saturday night, the weekend before Thanksgiving. Isn't that great? You guys have any big Turkey Day plans for Thursday? You guys doing stuff this weekend? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you're doing. And yeah. That's right. Lainey is the queen of radio in the Chicagoland area, by the way. So I little plug for my pal there. Also a little plug for me. You know, if you're watching this for the first time, I'm sorry. I mean, what? No, if you could like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I also have donation links down below too. If you want to hook me up with a little cash, Daddy needs his rock. You know what I mean? And somebody else needs a rock too. We're gonna find that out in just a second. First, we gotta check in on Chickadee Doo Dah, Chickadee. I'm up in the roof every day. So this is Chicken City channel on YouTube, and I believe these folks are out of. I think we figured this out last time because the clock. I don't know if you can see it, but the clock down here says 1:21 a.m. So that's got to be Canada, because East Coast, the United States, it just that's just East Coast, and then there's the Atlantic coast. Is it the Atlantic time zone? I keep forgetting. I need my Canadians here to help me out. Have a like on me for free. Oh, thanks, buddy. See, Moose, you are so sweet. I know you're taken, so, you know, somebody like you does not stay single long, mister. Did you know that there are crack clocks? There's crack clocks. And how do you know if it's what a crack clock is? Well, a crackhead will tell you as I don't know what's going on here. So this was fun. I thought maybe the hell? Oh guys, come here. So this lady wants some crack, and I figured you guys need to hear it.
You know what fucking time it is, man?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I need a crack rock on the spot.
It's 7 o'clock. Wait, we gotta hear that again, cause she's got some fat beats and some tasty rhymes.
You know what fucking time it is, man?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I need a crack rock on the spot.
It's 7 o'clock. I need a crack rock on the spot. Yeah, so I just found that probably about 20 minutes ago. I said, oh, we gotta do the crack rock lady. The new Usher remix just dropped. It's 7 o'clock and I wanna rock. Oh, Auntie. Oh, wait a minute. Can we do it
You know what
again?
fucking time it is, man?
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I need a crack rock on the spot.
It's crack. It's 7 o'clock on the dot, and I need a crack. We gotta make that a. You know what? We're gonna do. You know how you got the AI thing, and where you can make text and turn it into songs. So we're gonna do that for Auntie there, and make like this full on big music production. It's 7 o'clock on the dot, and I need a rock. Simon Cowell will give her the golden buzzer. Hey, you know, when you're happy and you know it, smoke a rock, clack, clack. If you're happy and crack, crack's not good, but I mean, it does make people happy. At least for a little bit, till you run out, and then you're like, I suck your dick for a cheeseburger. Which of course is
This is dick crazy.
that's right. People go dick crazy for that rock. You know,
You do it because you've got a nipple fetish.
I do have a nipple fetish, and I am not apologizing for that either. Wait, what? So sad news, folks. Chuck Woolery, Love Connection fame, also the original host of the Wheel of Fortune. 2 and 2. R.I.P. Chuck Woolery. He's no longer with us. But I figured, as a tribute to the man, I think he ended up the rest of his life, he was doing like old people commercials for like buying gold and stuff like that. And he still looked the same, you know. He just sounded a little different. He sounded like, hey, we wore onions on their belt. That was a fashion at the time. We got Hemp Car in the house. Hemp Car over on the Rock Fiend. Kate, do you listen to Buddha Bar? I've heard Buddha Bar before. I used to have a couple of their albums, their CDs, when I worked at Borders. We used to get like promo CDs and stuff like that. And we got those at the radio station too. Free swag. Is what it is. But anyway, Chuck Woolery used to host this show back in the 80s called Love Connection. And it was basically like a dating game kind of situation. A person would come in, and then he or she would have their choice of like 3 different people to choose from. The audience would help pick. It was a whole thing. And yeah, so good old Borders. That's right, Miguel. R.I.P. the King. Yeah. Fuck Barnes and Noble. Fuck Amazon. Borders is the shit. So anyway, we found this little clip. An uncomfortable Love Connection moment. I hope you enjoy, because I did. I thought this was pretty wild. It's a little weird. So let's get to it. Can I do that? Okay. Yeah. Let's try that.
Going to meet our next guest. He's originally from Detroit. The 2 main requirements for a man are that he have a soft face and act like James Bond.
Let's take a look at the tapes of Deidre. Sorry, remember, you're going to go vote again.
First, there was Sheldon. He describes himself as a practical joker. His hobbies include jogging, composing, flying small planes. He avoids dating women with real short hair, and here's more from Sheldon.
Well, I'm really close to my family. The first thing I do with a new lady is I take her to meet my mom and my 3 sisters, and if they don't approve, I don't approve.
Next, there's Alan. His favorite pastime is playing with his computer. He thinks that women like him for his intelligence, sense of...
Yeah, playing with his computer is not code. He actually probably had a computer, like some Windows Vista.
humor and good manners. And here's how Alan lets a woman know that he wants to get romantic.
I love taking girls out. I buy them flowers, I open the door for them, and I treat them like a queen.
My man.
Finally, Daniel, like Deidre, is also from Detroit. He says that women love kissing his soft mustache, and he meets a lot of his dates while driving his car, like this time.
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing. I don't really date black ladies. I mean, nothing against her or anything, but it's just a little thing I have. Usually when I watch this show, they like to pair people up of the same race. So I don't know what this is all about. I guess I just gotta roll with it. Maybe I could come to a different taping or something.
All right, those are the 3 men that Deidre had to choose from. Time for you to vote. Who would you like?
To be fair, he kind of has a mullet, and I think the mullet is what's making him racist. I could be wrong. I'm not defending him.
Like to see her go out with?
Look who they choose.
Damn it! Hey! Looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that was Love Connection back in the day. Chuck Woolery, R.I.P. the King. MacGyver had a mullet. Yes, he did. Business in the front, and of course, always that party in the back. Yeah, so, yeah, just found out this evening that he died. Not quite sure what he died of. But he's dead. So no more of that. But yeah, I mean, you have to be kind of old to remember when he was the host of the Wheel of Fortune, though. That was a while back. MacGruber! Nah, it probably was edited, but I think, yeah, the guy at the end, but it's still, it kind of, I mean, it's not too far off from what it was. I mean, you had some pretty wild people that would be on there. So, but now you have dating apps, so you don't need you don't need to go on dating shows like that. Although I think they pay you if you're a contestant on there. I could be wrong. I don't know how that works. Anyway, I've never been a world traveler. I've never even been out of the lower 48. But there was one place that I wanted to go to eventually. And it may surprise you that I've been wanting to go to Romania. Because Romania apparently is the land of glitching video games. But only, instead of a glitching video game, it's a glitching, what is it? It's a glitching real life. So check this out. This is Romania. This guy's just popping a squat. Then you got this guy here, the wagon. Hey, how's it going? Oh, shit. Special needs horse. And then this guy's just like, well, I'm just going to leave. Thanks for everything. I hope you guys are, okay. So. That's good times. That's good comedy, good comedy at a low price. I would love, welcome back, CBC voter. I knew you'd be back. Corbeck Williamstein. You want to hook up with the Taint? What? Oh, Tate. To hook up with Tate? Yeah, right? That's Romania too. I was like, look, if I'm going to live in a country with a bunch of fucking stupid people, or I want to live in a country where people just do random video game shit, I think I'd rather live there. Random video game bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so. Oh, Choosy, what are you saying here? And I was like, okay, little Mr. Weenie Spider inside my nightlight that I can't really see, like the dude talking to two-time Tim across the fence. Look, dude, you are straight up using code. I don't know if you're trying to signal the Germans, because World War II is over, dude. You can stop. You can stop with the messages. Or just keep going. I mean, it's all up to you. Yeah, so I guess we are officially in the holiday season. Romania also got great 80s style post-punk doomer rock like Russia, the Ukraine, and other Eastern European countries. Yeah, that Eastern Bloc, that Eastern Bloc, it sure do, what was that from Clerks? Do you want to make fuck berserker? Do you want to make fuck? Mariana, good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful evening / morning, wherever you are. So I guess they're going to come out with a sequel. They're working on a sequel for Dogma 2. Which, why do you need a sequel to Dogma? Except, look, it's cash. Let me grab it. Ooh, it's cash. Let me grab it. See, that's what they call a cash grab. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you know what that is. I don't have to remind you. You're smart people. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, you're in Chicago. Okay, so well, good evening then to you for the next 27 minutes. Oh, you meant Andrew Tate. Okay. Wait a minute. I thought you said taint. I'm like, wait a minute, who's taint? But maybe that was just wishful thinking on my part. I like to wish for people to use the word taint, or gooch, or grundle, or no man's land, or the booty and ball bypass. I don't know. I'm just making those things up. Wasn't the oh no, I'm thinking of the who was it the Logan Paul dude? He was the one that fought Mike Tyson on Friday night, I think, last night. Was it last night? Night before? Oh, it was last week? I don't know what it was, but I think Logan Paul won. But I mean, Mike Tyson's almost 60. Come on, y'all. I mean, yeah, he's still scary. I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson could kick everybody's ass still. Oh, it's last Friday? Okay. Oh, you went to go see the Christmas tree downtown Chicago. Yeah, we got all our Chicago peeps in here. We're representing. That's good. That's good. Safety in numbers, kids. Folks, I used to do a plethora of things in my life. And, Tyson pulled his punches. It was rigged. I guess. I don't know. I mean, he was probably just like, hey, listen, don't beat the shit out of me. I just want to get paid so I can sell some more of this weed. Yeah, because he has like a cannabis company, right? He makes these edibles that are oh God, what's his name? The guy he bit his ear. He bit a piece of his ear off. So anyway, he made gummies in the shape of those ears, and it has a little bite mark in it. Say what you will about Tyson, but that was a pretty good. That was a pretty good investment. Paul was dancing around that ring more than Hector Camacho used to. Yeah, this seemed like it was just like more of an exhibition type thing, where it's just, I mean, seriously, now, I would have loved to seen Tyson in his prime go after that. That kid would have been out in like 10 seconds. It would have been just like, do. It just would have been like, this is for the old people. Young people, if you get the oh yeah, Evander Holyfield. Thanks, Captain Peon. You know, it would have been like in the Andy Capp cartoons when him and his wife would get in a fight, and it would just be this giant dust cloud, and you would see fists sticking out, and then heads, you know, with like you know, cartoon bruises on them and stuff like that. Just that's what I want to see. I want to see the ring, and then all of a sudden just this big round cloud, and then somebody, and then the cloud, you know, parts, and then somebody's on the ground with, you know, cartoon X's for eyes. Go on and take it. Take another little piece of my ear now, baby. Come on, chomp it. We got Ghost Art in the house. What's up, Ghost Art? Good to see you. The first 2 rounds, Mike won. If Paul had gotten close one more time, he would have been knocked the fuck out. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I don't want to say it was rigged, but I do want to say, that they wanted to get paid and probably not hurt each other. Because if Tyson really was serious, he'd probably just beat the fuck out of that guy. If only Tyson fought Glass Joe. Oh yeah, Knockout. See, there was Knockout, the arcade game, the stand-up game, but then once it got to like Nintendo and all the consoles, it became Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and then he was like the ultimate boss that you had to defeat. So I know, right? Glass Joe, Pizza Pasta, what was it, Raging Bull? No, it's Bull somebody. There's some, the big guy is Bull somebody, right? And then you've got some black dude. I can't remember what his name was, but he had like an afro. That's how old this game was. It was just like, you know, I think it was like mid 80s that game came out. I used to love that shit. Speaking of New York, Laney, I'm pretty sure in other cities they have this too, but Piston Hurricane. See, Rick, you're on top of it. You and Miguel, man, you guys are my research team, right? You were my friendly advisors. So in New York, Laney, and everyone else who's listening, they have this place called the Barcade, right? Actually, they have two locations. One's in Brooklyn, and the other one is in the East Village. And it's a bar, and it has all these old ass video games, you know, just, you know, arcade, stand up, you know, with the cabinets and everything. And just some of the most random games you probably games you never heard of, right? So you'd have like, you know, you have your regulars, you know, your Space Invaders, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, that kind of thing. But you also had like the game where you have to they're sliding the beers down the bar, and you have to run and catch them. They have to keep going up and down the screen catching those things. Yeah, Burger Time, Dig Dug, of course, my favorite random game of all time. I don't really like to play it. I just like it's my favorite video game reference. That and Crocus for music. Going to the arcades was like Christmas back in the day. It was, man. A quarter. Shit, if you had like $5, that's what, that's 20, 20 quarters. And a game was a quarter, you know, you see that people would be like if it was a really good game, you'd have people lining up on the games. But then you'd see these assholes, they stack these quarters on top of the game. It's like, no, dude, you can't just sit there and just, stay on this game for like 2 hours. There was like procedures, there was protocols in the arcades, right? You putting a stack of quarters up there on a popular game, you were a fucking asshole. Oh yeah, they were noisy, very noisy, like the bling 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 bling. It was almost like a casino. My dad would drop us off at the arcades back in the 80s and would walk across the way to the bar the place smelled of Marlboro Reds different times. Yeah, I know, right? Probably had the cigarette machines too, with the little pull-out things. You know, you put the money in. Kelowna, BC, Canada, video game arcade. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody had like their mall arcade. I had a mall arcade down in Biloxi, Mississippi, down on the Gulf Coast. Quicks. Was that Dollar Tree Cubert? Was that Quicks or was that something else? I can't remember. Yeah, I remember one time Dad gave me $5 and he said, don't spend it all. I want change back. And I was like, yeah. Dad got jokes. I spent that whole $5 and he come to pick me up. He's like, where's the change? I'm like, it's in the machines back there. You go ask the dude, maybe he'll give it to it. Yeah, I know. Don't spend it all. What was this? Yeah, come on. But you know, for a guy who grew up in the Depression, you know, he liked to get his kids stuff, you know, when he could. Old man Barker in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, I got in a little trouble, but Dad would always make me work it off. Like if anything I did wrong, like I remember, so we lived out in the country, right? About 3 miles away from the closest town where you had groceries and where you got all your shit. So a lot of times, what was it, 5 miles, something like that? Anyway, I would ride my bike to town when I was a kid, but my dad said there was 2 ways to get to town. You could take the highway, you could take my way or the highway. There was the highway, but then there was the back roads, right? So my dad, he wasn't like a big shot or anything like that. He just knew a lot of people and it was a small town. And he would tell me, he said, look, if you can ride your bike to town, you take those back roads because I know all the sheriff's deputies. And if, you know, well, no, not that. Okay. That was for something else. So he always told me to take the back roads because the highway was always just dangerous, right? People, you know, animals and shit always getting killed on their car wrecks and stuff. So he said, don't take the highway. So I remember one day I wanted to go to town, but I didn't want, because the back roads took forever to get to town and the highway was just a straight shot. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take the fucking highway. And it wasn't like it had a shoulder or it had like a bike path or anything like that. It was like highway and then ditch. You know, it was highway, ditch. But I'm like on the white line going. I said, Dad's never going to know. You know, he's not going to find out. And sure enough, I get about halfway to town. And who's passing on the highway the other way? It's my old man. But he didn't come after me. He let me go on to town. And then I came back. And he was there. And he was like, what'd you do today, boy? I said, well, I went to town, went to the little video arcade there, the video game arcade. He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, that, you got nice scenery there on those back roads? I said, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, very nice. He goes, you bullshit. Come here, boy. So what he made me do, yeah, he pretended he didn't see me. Well, he saw me, but he just kept going. He kept going home. He was like, all right. I didn't know what to do. I was like, if I go back home, I'm fucked. Either way. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to the video arcade. I went into town, went to the video arcade. I spent, you know, a few bucks there and I came back. And then when, you know, but my dad wasn't like, you know, I'm going to beat the hell out of you kind of person. He was more like, I'm going to put you to work. So we had this giant garden, right? It was about half the size of a football field, you know, vegetable fruit garden. And my punishment was to get up at 5 a.m. during the summertime, hot and humid as fuck, and pick butter beans all morning. He said, you're going to be up there and you're going to pick nothing but, you're going to pick the butter beans. I'm like, fuck. And I got up and it was like, it's Mississippi in the middle of the summer. So even at 5 a.m, it's like 80 degrees and it's just hot, stinking ass. And you're out there in the dirt picking beans. And you're like, fuck, man. So yeah. Also, well, the parallel story to that is when I started driving, right? I learned how to drive a stick shift when I was 10 years old because I was tall enough to reach the pedals. And back in those days, Dad was like, okay, we had we didn't have garbage pickup. So if you had garbage, you took it to the landfill, right? So Dad would tell me, the same thing. He said, you stay on the back roads. I don't want to see you on the highway. He said, because the sheriff's deputies would patrol the back roads, and damn right, peon, 3 on the column, 77 Chevy pickup, baby. And he would say, I know all the sheriff's deputies, so, I'm 10 years old. I don't have a license, right? I'm driving by myself. Can you imagine a 10-year-old in 2024 driving a stick shift by themselves somewhere miles away? No. Anyway, so I was making a run one day to the dump. I was taking the back roads, just like the old man said. And when I was coming back, I stopped off at this little store where they sold these IBC root beers. You ever... Ooh, those things are so good. But they're in the smoky brown bottles, right? I think the cream soda comes in clear bottles, but the root beer comes in dark bottles, right? Which looks like, used to look like beer bottles, right? The dark beer bottles. So I'm driving along, and I'm drinking the IBC root beer, and then I see the other way this sheriff's deputy's coming. And I'm driving along, drinking the thing. All of a sudden in my rearview mirror, I see lights. The guy turns around and comes to pull me over. Okay. So he said, this is the Mississippi in the 70s. So he's like, what you drinking there, boy? I said, this is root beer, sir. He goes, yeah, let me see that. So he takes the bottle and he's like, and then he looks, because it doesn't have a paper label on it. It was all like that, in, raised lettering kind of cool thing that they used to do with the things. So anyway, so he's just like, and he hands it back to me and he just looks stupid. And he goes, I thought it was beer. I said, well, it's root beer. And, but he said, hey, ain't you Ben Dearman's boy? I said, yes, sir. He said, he didn't even, and this is the thing. So it's the 70s. He didn't ask for license and registration. There was none of that shit, right? It was, it's country ass shit. He's just like wanting to see if I was drinking beer. And so long story short, he goes, you Ben Dearman's boy? I said, yes, sir. And he said, how's your daddy doing? Are you doing all right? He still got that garden? I said, yes, sir. He goes, all right, yeah. You tell him that Pete said that we enjoyed all those sweet potatoes that you gave us, and let us, we appreciate it. And we got some deer meat coming to him too, so just let him know. I was all right, yes, sir. And then I just went on my way, just drinking beer in the 70s, and 10 years old, driving a stick shift. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it wasn't good for everybody. Obviously, minorities still had a shit thing. So, but I guess, for everybody else, it was a simpler time. You didn't have to worry about the internet and stuff like that, getting canceled or people blocking you for bullshit reasons or whatever. You just, if somebody wanted to block you in those days, they just didn't call you. They just left you alone. Yeah. So yeah, I think by the time I was 10, I was like around 5'9", 5'10", something like that. But yeah, it was a wild time. And when he taught me how to drive too, Dad was just merciless. That guy, holy shit. We'd be driving along and I'd hit like a minor pothole, just like it'd be boom, one of those things. And my dad would sit there just kind of like, he goes, and he does this classic, you're going to hit all of them. He's, oh wait, you missed one back there. You want to turn around and go hit that one too and fuck up my, steering? Is that what? Yeah, because he was very very smarmy. He never got upset when I was driving, right? But when he taught my sisters how to drive, holy shit. I think my oldest sister was driving with the emergency brake on the whole time, and it like ruined his brakes. But it was, you know, yeah, I'm 6'4" now, so yeah, on my dad's side, they're just nothing but giants. I'm more the shorter one. I had one brother who's 6'5", another brother, I think he was like 6'10". Yeah, we got some long legs up in this family. What was this? Dad did the same. Had a buddy of his drop off a pile of caliche rocks and got us up during a summer morning light time to level out the drive. Yeah, and those summer mornings are just, oh my God. Oh, in the South, they're just the worst. Peon says, my dad taught me to drive stick with his Ford 3 on the column. He loved to make me go to a stop sign on top. Oh, those were the worst. The stop sign on top of the hill where you got to sit there and then you got it in first, right? And then you let off that clutch and hit the gas at the same time so you don't slide back. It was particularly scary when you had somebody behind you and you're on the hill, right? Or if it was one of those hills and you had a train track, and then the thing come down. Crazy time. But yeah, I've done a plethora of things in my life. One of the things I used to do was commercials. I used to do local commercials in North Mississippi, speaking of North Mississippi. And I managed to unearth one of them. I think the other two commercials that I did have long since evaporated into the ether, but I managed to find this one. This is from the mid-90s, I believe. So yeah, check this out, see if you like it.
She's all finished, like I promised.
If you think the cost of windshield repair is so high, you're willing to try anything.
There you go.
You told me your brother could fix this car. Look at this thing. You calm down.
Maybe you should have tried S&B Auto Glass first. S&B Auto Glass. It's even better than having a relative in the repair business.
Yeah, so there you go. One of the other things I did, commercial-wise, there was a place called the Pizza Doctor, and we did a commercial where I was a doctor, and I had all the scrubs on and stuff, and the oven is from the point of view of me, I guess, and you're looking at the oh, you like that? You like that, Mariana? That was nice. I don't know. Back when my hips worked. So anyway, and so the oven was giving birth to a pizza. So there was that one. And then there was a car dealership where I had to dress up as a really, really low budget Batman. It was called Sticker Man. And I had to stand on top of the roof of the auto dealership. And it was just shit. I had a black trash bag for a cape. I did have one of those rubber Batman cowls, but I didn't put any like powder or stuff on I had pretty long hair too. I didn't put any powder on there, so I'm trying to put it on it. It's like, that rubber's just pulling on the hair. Eating a baby pizza. There was, so anyway, and I had to, and standing on the roof. But I did get to drive a Dodge Viper 20 feet, so that was nice. That was part of the thing. But the Pizza Doctor one, there was this one of these guys that I worked with. His name was Booger. His name was Jason, but we called him Booger because he looked like Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. Anyway, so he was in the commercial too. So they cut to a shot of him eating a slice of the pizza. But the way he was eating, they told him, it's like that, just, make sure you look like you're enjoying it. Like you're really enjoying the thing, right? 90s local commercials the kids these days missed out. Hell yeah, they did. Man, just go on YouTube and look up local commercials from the 90s or 80s. Holy shit. Those are so much fun. But I don't know. I don't know about a good storyteller, but I know stories. But yeah, so anyway, so Booger's over there eating a piece of pizza, but he's eating it very, very amorously, right? Like he's got the pizza, he's going, And one of our guys, he's a commercial editor. His name is Dana Minyard, and super cool guy. He also did voiceovers and stuff for commercials. He sounded like this. His name was Dana Minyard, and he sounded just like this. So anyway, so he's at the shoot, and Booger's like, molesting this slice of pizza. It was like pizza porn, and so Dana says. Dana wouldn't really say that much, but when he did, it was, he said, man, Booger's over there eating that pizza like he's sucking on a titty. I was like, giggity. It was, he was just like, I'm like, dude, it's pizza. It ain't pussy. It's not delivery. What's up? We got Jerry in the house. What's up, Brad? Don't get Ed excited. Hey, yeah, Ed has his own pizza porn. Some things are better left unsaid. But hey, Timbuktu in the house. What's going on? Used to throw the ball to me when I was just a kid. They said he shot the president, but I don't think he did. Desorgano. Desorgano. But those commercials were so much. Local commercials, man. Oh my God. It was just like, you have a script, but then they would just do all kinds of, especially if you did a pretty good ad lib, they would be like, hey, let's throw that in there too. Oh yeah, you had a Honda. I had a Honda too. Me and Captain Peon actually moved out to LA together back in 2003. And I think it was in his Toyota Tercel. It looked like the front of, if you looked at the front of it, it looked like a stormtrooper. Why was I so good at that? Death to tyrants. Look, I'll do porn pizza. If the pizza's really good, I'll suck on it like it's a titty. I'll be like, just savor every bite and pretend like the pepperonis and areola. Ooh, with the little bumps around it. Oh, it was a Mazda. That's right. Mazda 626. Yeah, that car got us from, it got Chris from North Mississippi down to the Gulf Coast to pick me up. And that was it. It was basically, he put in the car what he could fit. I put in the car what I could fit. I sold my car to my sister, and we ended up going cross country. It took us about 4 days to get over there, right? Because we were just taking our time. Nipple pizza.
You do it because you've got a nipple.
I mean, seriously, who doesn't? If you don't like nipples, what the fuck's wrong with you? I mean, it's everybody loves titties. Come on. I don't know why. It's just like, I guess because it has something to do with it provides nourishment. I guess. What's up, Zal? Nipperoni. You can't just have a pizza and then it looks like two breasts and you only have two pieces of pepperoni. Oh, then you got it for the nippies. Oh. I tell you, that trip out to California was that was special. That was so much fun. We got to see the grave of Jesse James. They had like this cage because I guess people kept stealing the headstone and stuff like that. We went to we went through Roswell. With the Hoover Dam. Where else we go to? We went to Vegas, but then we went to Area 51. I told you that story when we went to the we down through the desert, and we saw the guy in the truck on one side and a camera on the other, and all these signs, no fence or gate or anything, just a whole bunch of signs saying, "Get the fuck out of here. Why are you here? No cameras. Why are you still here?" Reading these signs, get the fuck out, that kind of thing. So we turn around and we're leaving. We're going back across the desert, back to the highway. And I look in the rearview mirror and I see a dust cloud, like a truck's, like a vehicle's coming out. I think it's the dude in the truck up on the hill. He wanted another taste. He wanted another piece of us. Yeah, Area 51, man. That's right. Out there in Rachel, Nevada. And so we're driving down this dirt road in the desert. We see this thing in the bag. We're like, "Oh God!" And we, Tweety. So we'd been videotaping the journey as we were going along, and that part, and we were like, get the tape out of the camera. We thought it was the guy coming to get us, because my boy Peon. I was driving, and my boy Peon was in the passenger seat, and he had the camera like down here, so the guy couldn't see it, but he was like shooting pictures of the signs. So we're like getting rid of this tape, and then it turns out it's like a PT Cruiser. It had Tweety. What was it? Tweety on the tag. It was just some desert rat out there, and you wasted all that for nothing. Remember the gigantic fish at the Hoover Dam back then? Massive fuckers. Not sure if they're still there these days. Well, I mean, I don't know. With was it Lake Mead? It was practically dried up. I'm pretty sure those fish are gone, or unless they moved to other waters. The Area 51 was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, we went through. This was pre Breaking Bad. So we went through Albuquerque, and we're listening to the Weird Al song Albuquerque as we're going through there. And I do believe we did take a left at Albuquerque. And I think we even joked about that, didn't we, Peon? We didn't get you on one night. We'll just talk about our trip to LA. But we had nice weather the whole time until the very last leg when we were going from Vegas, because we spent the night in Vegas. And the next day we got up, and it was just like the weather was just insane. It was all dark and cloudy and stuff. And the closer we got to LA, the more ominous it was. And I think we were we crash landed at this motel in Eagle Rock, and so we're sitting there watching TV, and it was like lightning and thunder, and it's like that part of LA is just surrounded by mountains, so all this light and the thunder was just echoing off the mountains, and it just sounded crazy. I never heard anything like that before. And then we're looking on the news, and in the city of Compton, we be rocking. So in Compton, it was hailing. It was like hail was coming down, and these little kids, they never seen snow. It's LA. It doesn't snow in LA. So they taking the hail and balling it up like the snowballs and throwing them at each other. I'm like, bitch, you throwing rocks at each other. You throwing ice boulders at each other. But yeah, these kids, they never seen snow. Yeah, so that was definitely oh hell nah. Look at that. Oh, there we go. Where is it? Thank you. Hell no. In the ghetto, ice balls. You remember that movie Ice Pirates? The Ice Pirates with Robert Urich? I think it was like early 80s. I don't know, some sort of Star Wars ripoff type thing. But I digress. We got more stuff. Apparently, I found this video the other day. I thought this was funny. You can be somebody in Japan. You can... Damn it, why does this keep doing this? Don't be like this. So in Japan, you could just basically do nothing and get paid for it. And I kind of want to go to Japan now.
There is a guy in Japan making $80,000 a year for doing nothing. This guy was at work. His boss called him a do-nothing man. You just do nothing. You don't provide any value. He thought to himself, is there value in society for a man who does nothing? And he went online saying, I'm starting a new service, rental people who do nothing. You rent him out and he'll go hang out with you and he says nothing. It's pretty much a silent companion, completely non-physical, non-sexual, basically an introvert for hire. And so what people do is they have a task they need to go do, like an errand they need to run, or they just feel really lonely and they just want somebody to have some tea with them. And he'll come and he'll sit and he won't really say anything. And if you ask him a question, he'll give you a simple answer.
What were the reasons why people wanted to hang out with him?
In Japan, there's a loneliness epidemic. Single person household, no wife, no family members, no friends, living alone by yourself is now 38% of the population. Triple where it was 5 or 7 years ago. They appointed a minister of loneliness because this has become such a big problem.
Minister of loneliness. That's my old gig. No, I was yeah. I'm lonely for different reasons. So yeah, I know exactly. Isn't that just like half the content creators? Yeah, so yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Because I'm always trying to work angles. I'm trying to do as less as possible and make as much as possible. So it's trying to find that, that part of the Venn diagram where they meet. It's like, do nothing, make a ton of money. Where does that work? The minister of LOL, Ines. Ah! You so stupid, Popley. OnlyFans. But yeah, that was good times. I've been seriously looking into that. I see if I can get somebody to send me to Japan. Oh, really? Sex equals money in Japan? I guess I'll be broke. I'm just kind of wait a minute. Where's the oh no. Where is it? Where's the womp womp? What? I don't have the womp womp? Come on.
Get your hand off my penis!
That is not it. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. It's too late. These letters are too small. I need to get bigger letters. Yeah, I know. If I used to date this Chinese chick, and I said, if we ever went to China, and we ever got separated, just look up and you'll find me. Because yeah, you have your Yao Mings and some of your giant, genetically altered, sports people over there, but for the most part, everybody's pretty much a shouty. Go Start says first car was a Ford Custom 500 with 3 on the column. Was it one of those big ass cars? You know what I'm talking about? Like a party barge, a land shark? Because a buddy of mine had a Ford Galaxy 500. That thing was huge. We used to say it gets 20 gallons to the mile because that thing would just like drink the gas, and you could, it's like being in one of the first Hummers where it was like it took $200 to fill up your tank and it only lasted like, 2 days, some shit like that. Remember that, like during the Gulf War when Bush was president and the gas shot up so high. It was like, holy fuck. 77 Buick Park Avenue. Yeah, I had a 80 Chevy Malibu. It was a hand down to me too. Although I got to drive the truck a lot, but yeah, I ended up with that piece of shit. Long story short, that car, I wore that. I rode that car hard and put it up wet because by the time that car was done, that 80 Malibu, It was kind of lean. It had kind of a lean to it, like like a fat guy, with like a really, really fat guy was driving it. And it was leaking like all kinds of fluids, so it would leave like this rainbow on the highway, so people thought I was gay. What's this, Willie? The 2 best women I dated were Lithuanian American. Those ladies ate beautiful. What? You ate beautiful? Wait, what does that mean? Oh, are beautiful. I'm pretty sure you meant are beautiful. But if you ate them, yeah, hey, good for you too. You know what I'm saying? Go get yours. Nom noms. Anyway, it's good to see everybody here. We got a pretty good crowd here over on YouTube. Got Go Start holding it down on Rumble, and Death to Tyrants, and Kate, and Hemp Car hanging out on Rockfin. More people starting to use Rockfin. I've started to notice. So yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, if you're new, give us a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate it. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Maybe a couple of clicks might give you a little carpal tunnel. It's worth it. Lee Harvey was a friend of mine. What? Timbuktu? I don't understand. I don't know what you're saying. Maybe it's in reference to something else. It's fine. Do Italian girls taste like pizza? Holy shit. You're a racist motherfucker. No, I'm kidding. So I found this. I thought this was quite humorous. Because I kind of often, I've often wondered this myself. As far as, Zell says, I'm half Lithuanian, Willie. We may have a love connection here. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. in honor of Chuck Woolery, we're gonna have a love connection in the chat tonight. So, as Bachman Turner Overdrive once said, any lovin' is good lovin'. I don't know. I like to make a BTO reference when I can. So anyway, this is a fun little thing I saw where basically they were using bowling balls instead of the other balls in different sports. So let's take a look at this. It's fun. They keep breaking their stick. Great kid. Oh boy. That was delightful. I love tearing up shit, especially shit that ain't mine. So, that was kind of a random thing. I like to just go through and I'll just see something that just kind of tickles my fancy. I think kids might like this. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I always like catching side conversations in the chat, so I have no reference to it. It was like, well, some hairy stuff though. I had to hang on for dear life most of it. What the fuck are you talking? What do you say? They taste like pie. Oh, I wish they did. So this is a guy. Who is this guy's name? I think his name is Conspiracy. He does these little videos. He kind of looks weird. His head looks weird, but I don't care. He seems like a nice kid. And, he's got some history facts for us that I think we definitely need to look at. So let's check this out.
About history that they'll never teach you in school. Napoleon Bonaparte was buried with all of his parts except for one, his 1.5-inch prick. It was stolen during his autopsy and somehow ended up at an auction in 1977, where it was sold to a New Jersey urologist for $3,000. In the early 1900s, King Edward...
Wait, so Napoleon's dick is currently in New Jersey. There he is. What's up, Antoine?
The seventh had a custom-made love chair. The chair allowed the 300-pound man to indulge in his sexual fantasies without crushing his female partners. In ancient Greece, men had to go to the gym completely naked. Exercising in the nude was meant to promote the appreciation of male physique as a tribute to the gods. King Tut is the only mummy from ancient Egypt known to have been purposely mummified with an erection, which was accidentally broken off soon after his mummy was discovered. The Roman Emperor Nero accidentally killed his pregnant wife by kicking her to death. He then found a young boy who looked exactly like her, castrated him, then married him.
Wow. King Tut's dick broke off when they found him. They mummified him with a chub. And then the guy who killed his wife and then found a boy, castrated him, and said, "This is my wife." Aren't you glad we don't live in those times anymore? I'm just saying, it's a thing. I'll just say, and it was 10 inches. That's right. You called him King Slut, because he's a big dick. Steve, should remake the song. King Tut, his penis broke off. King Tut. That's just bizarre. Kicked the shit out of her, killed her, and then got a boy castrated and said, "This is my new wife." Okay, I'm pretty sure there were laws against that, but who knows? Who knows how that goes? So, King Tate, King Tate, it's neither ass nor balls. King Tate. Oh, and the was it the going to the gym naked? Oh, Greco-Roman wrestling. You have to bring your own oil. I love stuff like that. That just makes me happy as a person.
I'm just your kind of asshole.
I am your kind of asshole. I hope you know that. It's not gay now. No, you can totally go to the gym naked now without the police sending you to jail. And I'm pretty sure that's how that works now. I don't know. I don't get out much. I'll just take your word for it. Just going to the gym, honey. I'm gonna do some powerlifting as a power bottom.
This is dick crazy.
It is dick crazy. Dick crazy at the gym back in the day. And then a volcano exploded and everybody turned to rock. Yeah. That's why I don't travel very much. Naked Hot Yoga. Ooh. That was the name of my my college alt rock band. It was Naked Hot Yoga. We didn't do very well. Yeah, I guess gyms were always a pickup spot. Yeah, you could pick up gym at the gym. Make sure you're naked, because clothes are a turnoff. We love the solid JJ around here, and we always like to play. They always have, if you're not subscribed to Solid JJ, please do so, because they always have all kinds of good cartoons that are just really fucked up on there. And they usually have a new release every Saturday, and today was one of those days. So this is the end of the Super Friends. R.I.P. Super Friends.
Gather round, Super Friends. I have bad news.
What's wrong?
It's my solemn duty to inform you all that some key members of the team shall be parting ways soon, which might spell the end of the Justice League.
No way.
I'm afraid so, but I believe it's best that you hear this from them directly. So, Batman, doing my stuffing out of the way.
Okay, sorry.
Apache Chief?
Yes.
But what is the Justice League without Apache Chief?
I am sorry, Super Friends, but I must consider my own future as well.
It always did feel like we were holding you back.
I already have a film trilogy in production. In the first, I shall grow. In the second, I shall then return to normal size. As for the third, it is anyone's guess.
Well, it's hard to imagine a Justice League without Apache Chief. He's like a staple member.
Apache Chief.
Well, hold on to your hats because he's not the only one. This next one hits very close to home for me, and he might even be considered the true leader of the Justice League. And of course, being Samurai.
Oh, no! Sorry.
Oh, if you were leaving Samurai, what are we about to do without your amazing sword psychokinesis powers?
Guys, look, I know it's hard to hear, but ever since I did the anti-rabies PSA, my phone's been ringing nonstop. Don't trust animals. Animals are fucking scary. I mean, do you know how many people I saved from rabies-related incidents with just that one PSA? 5? Maybe 6.
Jerry, you don't remember Apache Chief? He was the Indian dude, and he would just, he would, he'd grow. And like whenever they were fighting the Legion of Doom, he would always fight the lady who could grow tall too. So, yeah, just a little Super Friends history there.
I'm sorry, gang, but the list doesn't end here. I'm afraid it's time we say farewell to some of our greatest, most popular members, such as El Dorado, Rima, Wendy and Marvin, Wonder Dog, Gleek, Don Rickles, Alf, Jimmy Carter, Black Ninja Turtle, and last but not least, Aquaman, with all... We're not leaving? I thought you said you were. Okay, but you're free to go if you want. Like, if you want to leave, you're more than welcome to. If you wanted to leave, that would be the time, If you wanted to go, just, please, Aquaman, you're sure? Going once? Going twice? All right, you say.
Is it really that big?
I'll fucking kill you. Mr. Fancy Chief, you son of a bitch.
I'm just being honest, okay? I don't know whoever those guys were, and I think that list, half of that shit was bullshit. I mean, really? Jimmy Carter? That's not a real guy.
Well, the real, Hal, all right? The real. So what are you going to do about it now? Those are our biggest members. That's how we got our popularity going. But no, it's not like it's over. As soon as you lose Samurai, it's over. That's just how it is.
Are we really giving up? Is there really no chance that we can make this work?
No, Hal, there's not. I mean, if everyone still here ended up being gigantic multimedia successes, then maybe, but let's be realistic here. Not after we lost El Dorado and Gleek.
Gleek.
Real members. Gleek could cure AIDS.
What?
Yeah, that was one of his powers, but now it's down the drain.
He could do that?
Yeah, he'd do a little jig and then wag his tail and then it's just gone, but whatever. Because you didn't interact with him before, fuck it. Oh, come on, are you sure? Wait, just a little uncertain, alright? I was just double checking.
Oh man, love some solid JJ. They do all kinds of cartoons too. They do, DC. They do Marvel. They do all like. I think they even do like Pokemon and like some manga stuff too. So, I can't remember if it was the later ones. I think it was probably the later episodes of Super Friends because originally it was just like you had. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman and Robin, Aquaman, like that was your core right there. I think Green Lantern, I don't know if Green Lantern was in the mix early on or not. I think so. And then you always had those weirdos, like you had like Zan and Jaina and Gleek, that stupid monkey, or like Wendy and Wonder Dog and whatever the dudes is. Yeah, the Wonder Twits. Marv and Jenny. Like Hal and Phyllis. Who the fuck are these people? I don't know. Have you ever seen My Little Pony ones? Those are hilarious, but I think someone else does those videos. Hey, well now I gotta look for it. So, Mariana's given me a quest to complete. So, yeah, but not Spider-Man. The version of Justice League Joss Whedon directed should have been renamed Joss Whedon's Super Friends. And you had Ted Knight, who from Mary Tyler Moore and Too Close for Comfort. He was one of the guys who would say, "Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice." And then you had Casey Kasem, who did Robin's voice, I think. I don't know who did the other voices. Yeah, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web, does some shit, sticks to walls, don't know this song. Watch out. Here comes Spider-Man. Here comes the Spider-Man. No, God, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. All right. Yeah, I don't remember some of the others, but I believe so. No, it may have been Scooby-Doo. They had a lot of guest stars on Scooby-Doo. They had Don Knotts on there too. You know. Andy! Now, Barn. Oh, Edge. Damn it, Edge. I just want some pussy. Now, Barn. Yeah, the Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk was one of those other 60s. One of those 60s. Let me see if I can find that. David Banner, affected by gamma rays, changes into the Hulk. Any gamma rays, the Hulk. Good times. Good times. Good times. Good times. The shows might go a little longer than usual. Oh, they had who else did they have on Scooby-Doo too? It was Laurel. They had Laurel and Hardy on there. Okay. Scooter Trick Studios does Scooter Trick Studios. Okay, thanks. I'll check them out. Like I said, I'm always looking for new stuff. Why you keep saying Jerry Reed? What are you sending code? Are you and Choosy sending code? Sonny and Cher was on there too. That's right. That's right. I think they had their variety show around the same time too. Because Scooby-Doo was like late 60s, early 70s. And then when Scrappy-Doo came along, everybody knows Scrappy-Doo is just trash. Scrappy was the cousin Arnold of Scooby-Doo that that came along and just ruined everything. Cousin Arnold from the Brady Bunch. So, yeah, there was all kinds of guest stars on the early versions of Scooby-Doo, but then I think they stopped doing that too. Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters. I remember that cartoon. They would they'd always get their ass kicked in the first half, right? But then they go to the locker room and then they get in their lockers and change it to the Super Globetrotters, and then they just beat the shit out of them, which always made me wonder, why don't you just play as the Super Globetrotters right off the bat? But see, as part of good drama, you have to have a struggle, right? So they got to struggle at first, but then they go into the locker room, go into the lockers, come out as these crazy looking things that they were. And I think there was Spaghetti Man, and there was one guy, he was just a ball or something. I don't know. It was just some acid trip shit. Oh man, Ghost Art, you said I wrecked all my cool fast cars. A 69 Mustang Boss 69. Nice. Got something for that. And a Datsun 280Z. I remember those. Cherry Red Camaro. The Incredible Hulk series from the late 70s, 80s was kind of scary at the time. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you look at it now, it doesn't really hold up that well with the special effects. The special effects are definitely not that special. You know, getting stoned in the back of the mystery machine. There was no mystery. There was just pot back there. Come on, guys. I think, yeah, I stopped. Can't remember when I stopped watching cartoons, but apparently I missed out on some really good ones like Transformers and like Mariana said, My Little Pony, some of those. I think I was getting. That's when I got my Atari 2600. I said, "Fuck cartoons. I'm just gonna play video games." I'm sure. I mean, by the time I was like in high school, by the time I got to the 80s. Which is funny how that works. You watch cartoons as a kid and then Adult Swim comes along and you're watching cartoons as an adult. It's a beautiful thing. I love how it's just comes full circle. Oh yeah. You always had your PSAs. You know, you had like Aquaman or something telling you about, you know, swimming safety. Oh yeah, the Sid and Marty Krofft puppets. Look, if you love Sid and Marty Krofft, you have to find this episode of Mr. Show with Bob and David, where they do a parody of Sid and Marty Krofft. It's called The Altered State of Drugachusetts. and it is beautiful. Yeah, HR Puff and stuff. Yeah, man. And it's so funny because they have this, I think it's somebody in Criminy Craft or something instead of Croft, and they're talking about how many drugs they did. There's people on the other end. They'll know. Of course they want to. They'll want to send you a pizza. What does he say? Remember, kids, always know how much you can handle and always know your dealer. I actually remember watching a little bit of Bozo the Clown when I was a child here in Chicago. It was like, I think I was about 3 years old. And I remember seeing a TV and it had a clown on there, and pretty sure it was Bozo. You had a green machine when you were a kid? I remember those. I remember Hot Wheels with the tracks. You know, you had to use gravity, and now they got some little thing that you put it there and you hit the button and it'll shoot out. These kids don't know how good they got it these days with Hot Wheels. The grand prize game, I don't know what that is. What is the grand prize game? And his sidekick Cookie? Oh, wow. Captain Kangaroo, that's right. What was it? The moose would say something and then all these ping pong balls would fall down or something. Yeah. So, it's such a lost era too. And now it's like, you know, it's kind of the same since we're getting into the holidays. I remember as a kid, like all the Charlie Brown stuff, you know, like the It's Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, and then, you know, the Christmas ones, and then they have all the claymation ones, you know, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and stuff like that. The Island of Misfit Toys. Oh, Rocky and Bullwinkle, yeah. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, yeah. Rudolph's Shiny New Year, when he's like traveling around, and he's with the Baby New Year, and the Baby New Year has this big ass hat that he's wearing, and there's like this buzzard with him named Eon or something like that. So the kid takes the hat off, and Eon goes, "Oh, those ears, those ears, those ears." Now you can stream it, but it's not the same. You know, I think MeTV does all the old holiday movies and stuff like that. So, speaking of holidays, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, the claymation Christmas movies, so good. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, that's always a good one. That's right, Frostbite Falls, Minnesota. When he goes to What's the Matter You? The Howdy Doody Show with Buffalo Bob and Clarabelle the Clown. That's a little bit before my time, Timbuktu. I mean, I'm old, but I don't go back that far. Maybe reruns. But, yeah. Boris and Natasha. We must catch moose and squirrel. Paul Frees doing the voice Boris Badenoff, and he did a few voices for those claymation specials too. Rankin Bass Productions, I remember that at the end. Doon 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 doon. Rankin Bass. Ernest Saves Christmas. I know, right? I got 2 words for this carton. MT. R.I.P. Ernest. I know, right? Him and Vern up in heaven. I like taking these trips down memory lane. Although I was made fun of by some young people the other day for being old, because I mentioned I had a degree in communications, and somebody said, "How old's that degree?" Like, when did you get it? And when you were in school in ancient Greece? And I said, go fuck yourself. You probably have a Napoleon penis. That's right. Oh yeah. Well, he did one of them at least. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. Oh, he did silver and gold, silver and gold. I know, it was just like very special back then. Because especially like if you didn't have cable, all you had was like the big 3 networks and PBS. You know, you appreciated the TV a little bit more than what you would today. Ancient Greece University is right. OAF. Oaf. Old as fuck. That's all right. I've embraced my old age. And to people who say, oh, you're just an old fart. I'm like, kind of am. I'll take it. Yep. Hey, I lived in the sticks too, man. No cable. You got to do what you do. You had that antenna outside with the pole. And we didn't have the fancy thing that turned it, right? You know, automatic until later. So I was the kid who had to go out and turn the antenna so we could pick up NBC or CBS or ABC or whatever it was. Oaf and proud of it, Sheddy. Back in my day, we didn't have Earth. You had On TV? What is On TV? Is that Ion? We had a black and white TV. We had the rolling TV stand too. It was like this metal thing. If you took the TV off of it, I swear to God, it looked like a walker. It looked almost like a walker, but then you put the TV on the top and it had like a little lower shelf there where you put like the TV guide and newspapers and stuff like that. Oh, like Select TV? Okay. Yeah, me and my buddy Ed were talking about TiVo tonight. You guys remember TiVo? From the early 2000s. It's still around. Yep. That's it. It's too easy, man. It's too easy. It's too easy to get a hold of shows. It's too easy to get a hold of porn. See, back in my day, you had to earn some porn. You had to go get it. You had to find people who were older and say, hey, look, give me some porn because I'm only 14 and my hormones are raging. I really need some porn. On TV After Dark had porn? Was it that softcore shit like on Skinamax? Cinemax After Dark. The scrambled porn, yeah. I knew people who were like, electrical engineer types that could that figured out how to descramble that shit. I have a buddy, speaking of Minnesota, a buddy of mine, his family, I don't think they had cable. They had them and their neighbor had a satellite dish and they split it, right? And so what happened was one of the neighbors dug this trench to the other neighbor's house and ran this cable there so that I think it was to the satellite dish too, so they would both share the satellite dish. It was crazy. Hotel porn. I actually saw some hotel porn one time. When I was working at Borders and I was on this trip for the store. We were opening a store. I don't know, I think it was either Texas or Indianapolis. I can't remember. And I like porn, but I never watched it on the hotel thing. But since Borders was paying for the hotel, and all we had to do was, if we watched movies, some pay movies, we just had to pay that ourselves. And it always had some little nice description on the bill, so it didn't look like porn. And it was just like something entertainment or something. But everybody knows it was like, if it didn't tell you what the show was or the movie was, it was porn. And I saw it. I was like, oh, okay. So this is hotel porn. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Pizza porn is the best porn, though. He's eating that pizza like he's sucking on a titty. Hotel porn. I remember my siblings and I accidentally watched when we were kids, and we acted all disgusted. You acted all disgusted. You weren't disgusted, but you acted like it. There's a YouTube channel that resurrects black and white TVs and watches the presidential debates. Really? That is an odd combination. Maybe it's old presidents. So like if you're watching Nixon, you could watch it on a black and white TV. You know what? We're running a little late, but we got one more thing and we're going to get out of here. And I saw this earlier this week. And if you're a Star Trek fan, this is probably is so good. And if you're like an OG Star Trek fan, I mean, Discovery, you know, Strange New Worlds, and we're talking OG, like Kirk, Spock. So I believe, what is this called? This is called Star Trek is it Regeneration or Unification? I think something like that. 765874 is the name of it. So we're gonna watch the whole thing, and if I get a copyright ding, fuck it. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. If not, sit back and enjoy. It's about 8 minutes, but I think you'll like it. Oops. Hang on a second. There's always something there to fuck up my shit. Sorry. So no dialogue, all facial expressions that tell the story. So this is from Star Trek Generations, the first Next Generation movie. But this part is not. This is all reimagined. And if you haven't seen Star Trek Generations, if you can watch it for free, go for it. It's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. And this is deep fake. This is obviously not Nimoy because he's dead. But this is, yeah. And then they do him young here. I believe this is a fan film. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I mean, for a fan film, I know Shatner is one of the executive producers, so I don't know if this is like some high budget deal or what. I want to say it is. Now we're starting to get into the trippy shit. Remember this guy? Not quite sure what. I think that's on Vulcan. Could be wrong. Yeah, was it the menagerie? No, yeah, I heard bad things too. This is a short film. More deep fakes. Who's the guy? It's like a pretty famous actor that's playing him and having his face deep faked. So apparently, like he's in heaven or something, and these are all people that he knows. I don't recognize any of these people, except her. It's Saavik. It's Saavik, y'all, from Star Trek 3. Or 2? Was she in that one? So apparently Saavik and Spock got it on and had a kid, and I think this guy is their kid. Well, he's not a kid. He's a Vulcan. He's probably a few hundred years old. I don't know. But the facial expressions are just... I mean, that's really her. But obviously, Spock that's not Spock. It's someone else, but it's not technically AI, it's a deep fake. Now this guy is like some sort of time person from Star Trek Discovery, I think. Kind of get some like 2001 vibes in this particular segment here. Yeah, I think the first one is Kirk in the Nexus. He's the oldest one. This is more the Star Trek 2, maybe. So he's the oldest one. Obviously, the one in the middle's the youngest, and this is from some of the earlier movies. I know, right? If the music was a little more subtle, I think, too, because I think Kubrick liked to use, like, subtle music like that. Especially those long-ass shots.
There are always possibilities, Spock said. And
the deepfake's been out for a while.
Life from death. I must return to this place again.
Yeah, the deepfake's been out a little longer than the AI, I think. Some of that deepfake shit is just like this stuff. But you can kind of tell, though, it's a little off in some places. Like you'll see like the head and the neck will kind of move at the same time. And there's a few Easter eggs in this. I'm not quite sure where this part is from. I know this has a picture of the original, the TOS crew in it, but... Damn, and that technology is just going to get better and better. I'm not crying, you're crying. Fuck off. See, that looks a little weird there. I don't know. A little off, just slightly off. But saying goodbye to his friend, welcoming him to heaven. Fuck you, film! So yeah, we'll catch a little bit of the credits here. So Sam Witwer is the guy who is playing Kirk, right? And Lawrence Selleck is the guy who plays Spock. And she played herself. She was real. I don't know who that is. Name sounds familiar, though. What are you talking about? That shit was dumb as sled tracks in a bank robbery after a fresh note. Are you talking about the movie? You didn't like the movie? Susan Bay Nimoy is Leonard Nimoy's widow, I believe. And then there's the other things here, so just there's no end credits or anything like that. But yeah, if you're a Zell says, this oaf. Do we start something here? Oaf, is oaf a thing now? Old as fuck. This oaf curmudgeonly Luddite will say nothing else. Aw. Oh, you didn't like the movie, Kate? Well, I'm glad it was short for you. Good thing we didn't watch a 2-hour version of this. Kate, are you not a Trekkie? Or do you like Trek and you think this is blasphemy? Let me know. Yeah, so I enjoyed it, but then again, I'm a Star Trek nut, especially the older stuff. Was it Heroes and Icons? Has all the Star Treks, all the old, the OG Star Treks. I think it starts off with the original series, and then Next Generation comes on, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and then Star Trek Enterprise. And they do that every night, and it's just in order. And it's if you're a Trekkie, it's just like, oh, beautiful thing. I never saw a Trek thing. I thought the term was "beat me up, Scotty." No, that's if you're if you're in Scotland, and you're pissed drunk. Yeah, and then it's beat me up, Scotty. What? The Star Trek trailer was definitely gay AF, just saying. All right, well, everybody's got opinions, yeah, so Star Trek the ballet, Star Trek the ride. You got the Star Trek encyclopedia? Nice. There's one book out there. It's like the total history of Starfleet from I think it starts at the 90s. But this is old, so this is before they, retconned a bunch of shit. But the sad thing too about that is Shatner and Nimoy had a feud towards the end of Nimoy's life. And when Nimoy died, Shatner didn't go to the funeral because he was still pissed off at him. I think probably one of the biggest things he regrets is, being shitty with his friend like that. I don't know if they were actual real friends, in real life or not, but you've seen Galaxy Quest. I'm pretty sure that's how things went behind the scenes. It's like, Kirk, you're not an actual starship captain. You're going to be TJ Hooker in a few years, okay? Just chill. I guess that's it for tonight. It's almost 1 a.m. here. A 2-hour show. I think that'd be good. So yeah, like I said, if you could like, share, and subscribe down below. We got all the donation stuff too. If you want to donate to the show, we got Venmo, CashApp, all that stuff. I even have Zelle, but I think I have to give you my phone number for that to work. And we ain't quite there yet. Yeah. Chuck Woolery no more. 2 and 2. Yeah, so what's tomorrow? Sunday. I'm not sure what the kids, all our peeps, are doing. But if you're not following these folks here, make sure you check out these guys too. Let's see. Yeah, so, and before I get out of here tonight, I know some people have asked where since the secret show is back, where's Jimmy? Why isn't Jimmy on the show? Jimmy is doing her own thing on Twitch, and her show with Willie on Bragland. We had a bit of a falling out, and it was just one of those deals. You think you know somebody, and then, people change on you, and sometimes they don't change for the better. And I'm not going to go into the details about it, but I just want to say I wish her luck, with whatever she wants to do, and Godspeed, all that good stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, I will be back here Monday morning with Morning Extra. So if you'd like to tune in for that, we do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. So, yeah. So I guess that's all for me. I appreciate everybody. I mean, we had a really good crowd again tonight. I do appreciate the support. Seeing all the views like that and seeing, how many people are watching it's humbling. It really is. I know it's not like thousands of people like Jimmy Dore or anything like that, but I enjoy doing this show because I enjoy interacting with you guys. I enjoy trying to make you laugh, just kind of take your mind off of things with silly stuff. Because there's a lot of, for me personally, there's been a lot of disappointment this year. And it's kind of left me a little bit shaken. Because my trust levels are not that great in the first place. So that's why I always tell people, be skeptical, don't get, complacent. And, you know, keep your mind open to things. But at the same time, you know, fuckery is always afoot. And you never know who's, you know, you think, you know, like I said, you may know somebody and then turns out you didn't really know that person at all. So, but we've got a few more weeks left in this year. We'll be doing more secret shows, more ExtraBulla Live, hopefully getting more guests in. Usually if I can't get a guest in, I'll at least try to talk about a topic that's interesting, that maybe is helpful to people. And so if you have anything like for ExtraBulla Live, if there's any subjects that you want to talk about, just email me at extrabulla@gmail.com. And, you know, I check that email fairly regularly. So, if not, just enjoy the shows that we put on here. Yeah. And I hope you guys have a good night and a good holiday. Be safe. Try not to go crazy. This is one of those times of year where your family drives you crazy. Everything drives you crazy. And it's just all kinds of stress. Just take a few steps, take a deep breath, you know, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And, yeah. A Thanksgiving show, TBD, as they say, to be determined. Haven't figured that out yet, but if we don't do a gaming stream that day, we'll definitely do something that evening. Maybe just have just a few people on and just chit chat. You know, we'll see. But I'll try and work that out. Always appreciate your shows, Mariana. I appreciate you too. I just want to say I love each and every one of you, and you know, we all got to stick together. Okay, we got to put all these foolish notions of electoral politics or the government or Bernie Sanders or any of these people are going to help us. They're not going to help us. We have to help ourselves, and we need help helping ourselves. So that means we're going to have to talk to people that we don't normally talk to, and hopefully try to get more people together and break this division that's going on. So I appreciate you. Have a good night, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
There can be only one.
Nice to meet you. My name's Warren.